Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you have benefited from the first video of installing Arch Linux and you have already installed it. And for today's video tutorial, we are going to continue what we have started in our first video. So let's get into the tutorial. Let's continue our Arch installation. So let's log in. Type in root and enter. Again, let me make the font bigger. Pacman-s. I'll have to install Terminus font again. Terminus-font. So as we can see, we don't have internet connection because by default, Arch Linux does not enable or start services like the network or other things. So we need to start it. So let's just type dhcpcd, enter. Now just give it a few seconds and rerun the command. And now it is downloading. Again, this step is not necessary, but I'm doing it to make the font bigger and the video more clear. So let's set the font, set font ter-v32n. And okay, this is much better. Okay, so first, according to the Arch Wiki, let's configure the time zone. So type ln-sf user share zone info. I'm in the UAE, so I'm going to choose Dubai, which is in the Asia region. But if you want to check all the regions, after the zone info, press double tap and you will get all the regions. So we're going to link this to /etc /local time and enter. Okay, that's done. Now let's generate the etc adjust time, HWCLOCK --sys to HC and enter. That's generated. So let's get into the localization. So type in nano /etc local.gen and enter. Search for the language you desire. All of these are languages. For this demo, we are going to choose the English US. So uncomment by deleting the hashtag. This line, English US UTF-8, and you can uncomment this one also if you like to. Control O to write, Control X to exit. Let's clear that out. Now let's generate local-gen and enter. Okay, that's done. Now we need to set the lang variable. So it will be nano /etc /local.conf. Press enter. Now set lang equals en_us.utf-8. Control O, Control X, Control L to clear. And now we need to configure the hostname. So again, nano, our friend, /etc /host name. Enter. Just type the name you want. In my case, I'm going to call it my Arch. Control O, Control X, Control L to clear. Okay, now let's edit the hosts file. Again, nano /etc /hosts. Okay, enter. Go down on and add these entries: 127.0.0.1 local host /1 local host 127.0.1.1 my Arch. Type in your host name you want, local domain, then again my Arch. Control O, Control X. Okay, so let's clear that. Okay, so now let's install the network manager. So pacman-s --S network manager and enter. Yes, Okay, so network manager is installed. Let's clear that out. Now we need to enable network manager to start whenever our system starts. So type in system ctl, one word, enable network manager. Network manager should be network capital N, manager capital M, and enter. Okay, so that is enabled. Now whenever we restart the system, the network will be started automatically. Okay, so now let's install the video drivers. In my case, I'm using an NVIDIA GTX 1080, but for example, if you are using Intel, so you type in pacman-s xf86-video-intel and enter. And in case of the AMD GPU, you type pacman-s xf86-video-AMD GPU and enter, and you will find it out. So I'm not going to install that. And of course for AMD there is the AMD GPU Pro. I think it's the proprietary. If you like to look into it, you can read the Arch Wiki for that. So in my case, I'm having the NVIDIA drive, the NVIDIA graphics card. So I'm going to install the NVIDIA drivers. So to install that, let us first configure the pacman. So let's get to nano/etc/pacman.conf and enter. We need to uncomment the multilib. So go down and find the multilib and remove the hashtag from the multilib and the line below it, which is include equal etc/pacman.d mirror list. And since we are here, let's add the AUR, the Arch Linux repository. So between brackets type Arch Linux fr, type in sig level equals never, and type in server, the line below, equals http semicolon double dash repo.archlinux.fr/$arch. Control O to write, Control X to exit. So now let's install the NVIDIA drivers. pacman-s y to update the repositories. Type NVIDIA space NVIDIA-utils space NVIDIA-settings space lib32-NVIDIA-utils and enter. Enter and enter again and let it install. Okay, so the NVIDIA driver is installed. We need X to run our desktops. So now we will install xorg. So pacman-s xorg and enter. Enter for default. Yes, enter also for yes. So after that, I would like to install the Plasma desktop. It is my favorite, to be honest. I like it very much. So let's install that. So xorg installation is finished. Let's clear that out. So let's install the Plasma. pacman-s plasma and kde-applications and enter. Enter for all. So I made a spelling mistake. Applications all. Okay, now enter again. Enter and enter. That will take some time. Okay, so the installation for the Plasma desktop is complete. Now let's create our user, but first let's create the password for the root. That's important. So type passwd and enter. Enter the password for the root. Retype it again. Now let's create the user. Let's clear that out. So user add -m to create the home folder, -G to add it to the group wheel, -s to add it to the bash shell and the name of the user. I'll just type my name and this is added. Now we need to set the password for the user Hassanin. So pass wd Hassanin and enter the password, re-enter it again, and now we have the user Hassanin with the password. Now let's install Pulse Audio for the audio. Pacman -s capital S Pulse Audio and enter. It will install. Okay, that's already installed. I think it was pulled by Plasma, maybe. So if it is not installed, just install it. So before we check our desktop environment, let's reboot. So type reboot and enter, and now we are going to reboot. So let's log in, root, and the password we have created for that. Let's configure the X configurations for the NVIDIA, and to do so we can type NVIDIA-X config. So I already created one, and it's already in etc x11 xorg.conf. After that we need to enable the wheel group. So type in vi sudo and enter, and this will be our sudoers file. So scroll down by the arrow keys or the page up or down until you find the wheel group. It will be somewhere in the bottom. So here it is. It's mentioned here, and comment to allow members of group wheel to execute any command. Now if you want to delete it, this is VI, just press X and it will be deleted. To save, press semicolon, W to write and Q to quit, then enter. Now your user is under the wheel group. Now let us enable the SDDM. So type in systemctl enable SDDM and enter. Now let's try and reboot. Okay, so we have the desktop is working, everything is functioning, but I installed OBS now inside the newly installed Arch because the resolution did not go very well with the capture card. So let's go to our console. There is one setting for the NVIDIA to get rid of the screen tearing. NVIDIA-settings. We need to have the root privileges to change this setting. Enter. Type in your password, and now the display configuration. Go to advanced, then click on force composition pipeline. Press apply and OK. So now we don't have any tearing. Now we need to save that to the X configuration file. So click on save to X configuration file, and it will show it here. If it doesn't show, just type /etc/x capital 11 /xorg.conf and merge with the existing file, then save. And now this is saved, and quit. Yes. Now every time you restart, you should not have any tearing. Okay, so now we need an internet browser. So let's install what should we install? Let's try Chromium, and yes, it's there. Okay, now yes. Okay, so that is installed. Now let's launch Chromium. Okay, so it's still not updated in the menu. You can see. Okay, internet. Yeah, it's still not updated in the menu. No problem. Let's launch it from here. Chromium and enter. Okay. No thanks, don't want to sign in. So now we are going to install Yay, which is a short for yet another Yaword, which is the AUR helper, like a package manager to use for the AUR repository, install, uninstall things. So let's search for install Yay. AUR, okay. Okay, so let's check this article and open a new console. We need to install Git. The /git. And of course it's not PacMac, it's Pacman. And yes, then next I'm going to cheat. I'm going to copy from here. Before pasting, I make a directory called temp to do these things inside. So mkdir temp, then cd2 into temp. Now let me paste that command, paste in here and enter. Now it's cloning, it's done. Now cd to ea. Now just make pkg-si and enter. Press enter for yes, and it is installed. So now to check it, let's try sudo pacman-s Google Chrome. As you can see, target not found, but in EA you can type the same command but without sudo, Google-Chrome, and enter, and you can find it's there. So you have three options: number 1 for Google Chrome, number 2 for the beta, and number 3 for the development, I think. So if you like, you can press 1, then enter. Now again 1, and you can read the comments here, then Q. So I don't want to install Google Chrome, it's just for the demonstration. No, and that's it. Congratulations, you have an Arch Linux installation. Okay, so that concludes our tutorial for today, which is completing the installation of Arch Linux and booting into a desktop environment. I hope you benefited from this video and will help you in your future installations of Arch. And please remember that this tutorial is not the end-all be-all tutorial. Arch Linux installation is very flexible. There are so many packages to replace the ones that we have installed today. So for example, instead of using the Plasma, we could use something else like the XFCE or even any window manager like i3, Qtile or Xmonad. So please don't limit yourself to this tutorial, and try yourself and play around with the Arch installation. And thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope to do other videos, maybe Void Linux installation next time. Whenever I'm free, I'll try to do some tutorials to help people in Linux. Thank you very much.